Hey everybody, welcome to the SMA Journey 51 vlog. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about my very last Spinraza injection. If you've been watching my videos, especially the one that I did about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I told you that I had decided to make the switch from Spinraza to Risdiplam when it's passed by the FDA, hopefully this coming August, which is just about a month and a half away. You know, I decided to make this switch for a couple of reasons. Risdiplam is going to be the first oral treatment for those of us with SMA. And while Spinraza has done me a world of good, it's definitely slowed the progression of my disease. And for a while, I thought it had actually stopped the progression. But probably over the last, I would say 6 to 8 months, my hands and my fingers have gotten a little bit weaker. So I know the progression is still happening, but if I hadn't have been on Spinraza, I would be much worse than I am today. So I'm very thankful that Spinraza was developed by Biogen Pharmaceuticals. Now, the reason why I decided to make the switch was that if I go to Risdiplam, which will be an oral treatment that we take every day, I'm thinking, or at least my train of thought, tells me that if I take something every day versus one injection every 4 months, my body's going to be getting a constant level of this treatment. Now, there are also a lot of people that are unable to take Spinraza due to their spinal fusions or some other medical condition that keeps doctors from getting into the central nervous system with the needle to inject the treatment. And so this is going to open the door for literally everybody, even those of you that can't swallow. Risdiplam will come in a powdered format for you, or at least that's what we've heard, and you will be able to administer the Risdiplam through your G-tube. So there's a lot of excitement around Risdiplam, and it basically works the same as Spinraza by addressing the deficiency in the protein in the SMN2 gene. So while I'm not really trying to compare the two, they are pretty much working around the same function, okay? And so I decided, since I'm going to be 55 in August, I've got nothing to lose. I'm at that age where I'm not going to say time is of the essence, but you know, it is a little bit older than most SMA patients. While there are quite a few patients that are older than me that are better off than me, I think that I'm probably better off than quite a few people. So I feel very blessed that Spinraza was developed when it was, and I feel very blessed that Risdiplam is going to be available to all of us. So there's a lot of excitement around this announcement, and as we get closer to the announcement, I'm going to make sure that we keep all of you updated with regards to the latest information so you can talk to your doctors. Now, like I said in the video a couple of weeks ago, this decision was my own, and I don't want my decision influencing what you guys do. You need to talk to your family, your friends, your loved ones, but more importantly, you need to sit down and talk with your doctor, either face-to-face or through a telemedicine conference call via video. Talk to them and let them know that if you're thinking about switching, get their opinions as to what they think regarding Risdiplam. They may not know a lot about it. I know that my neurologist, she's not really able to talk about too much because right now it's still under the FDA review, and the FDA limits the amount of information that Roche and Genentech can release regarding Risdiplam. But both my doctor and I feel that this might be the best move for me. So on Friday, July the 3rd, I went back to UT Southwestern and went through their COVID-19 test, which basically just meant that they came out to my van, swabbed my nose, and then I was able to drive home. I got the test results back about 6 hours later, and while I figured that I was negative, it was nice to see negative on the report itself, because it made me think that the steps and the precautions that I'm taking and that my caregivers are taking and that my physical therapists are taking are working. So like I said, I knew I was negative, but it was nice to see the word negative, and you're seeing that on your screen right now because I'm showing you the actual results that I got back from the hospital. So in a matter of just 6 or 8 hours, I was given these results, which, you know, at that point I knew that I was going to be able to go back to the hospital on that Monday to receive my injection. So on Monday, July the, I guess that would be the 6th, I went into UT Southwestern Medical Center. My caregiver dropped me off because he wasn't able to go into the hospital with me. Right now, only patients are allowed in. So I had my mask on. They checked me in at the door. I went to the registration desk, and there wasn't anybody there. But about 4 or 5 days before that, they sent me the paperwork that I needed to sign. So when I got to the registration office, there was a bulletin board with a phone number. I called that phone number on my cell phone. They verified me over the phone, and then they came in and got me and took me in my room. So after the blood work and urinalysis, they took me to the fluoroscopy suite. The doctor came in, did the procedure, and I was back in my room in literally probably about 20 minutes. So these procedures, now that they've been doing quite a few of them, are going much quicker because doctors know how to do these procedures. You know, there was a lot of time delay when they were first learning because, you know, first they wanted you to try to get on your stomach. But let's face it, those of us with spinal infusions have a very difficult time getting on our stomach. We have to lay on our sides. So after some finagling and some very unusual body positions, I might say, they were able to do all of my injections. And this was actually my 12th injection of Spinraza. I started my Spinraza treatments in, I believe it's September 2017, went through the normal 4 loading doses like all of you did, and then I received the 3 injections, one every 4 months for the past 2.5 years. So this was my 12th injection. And it's kind of weird that the 12th injection may be my last because 12 is my lucky number. So maybe it's a good sign. We'll see. But anyway, there is a time delay that you have to be off of Spinraza before you can go on to Risdiplam. And I believe that time difference is about 60 days. So my first day off of Spinraza was actually Tuesday, July the 7th. And if the FDA passes Risdiplam by Roche and Genentech in late August of this year, that's going to be about the 60-day mark. Now, we still have to go through the approval process for insurance, but we can't do that until the FDA passes and approves Risdiplam. But my neurologist already has all the paperwork ready, so once that approval process starts, we can start getting the approval for the insurance and hopefully get me on Risdiplam in a relatively short amount of time after the approval process by the FDA. So anyway, I just thought I would give everybody an update. Like I said, please contact your doctors. Talk to your doctors about this. Tell them if you are interested in getting on Risdiplam. You know, make sure that you get their opinions. Talk to your family, your friends, and your loved ones. Ultimately, it's going to be your call since you're the one that's going to have to go through the procedure. But do what's best for you. Just because I'm doing it doesn't mean that it's going to be the best for you. Okay? This needs to be your decision. So please think carefully about what you want to do. You know, my decision was based on my age. If I was younger, if I was in my 20s or 30s, I might wait about a year just to see what other patients get with regards to the results. But I'll be 55 in August, so I felt even though time isn't of the essence, it was time for me to go ahead and try to make this switch. So, fingers crossed. Hopefully you guys are keeping me in your prayers as I'm always keeping you in mine. And we'll see. Like I said, it's a gamble, but it's a gamble that I'm willing to take. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Remember, when you do subscribe to the channel, click on the bell icon. That way you'll be notified of any new videos that I produce. You know, guys, there's a lot of excitement going on right now with regards to the treatments that are available for those of us, and we'll soon have our 3rd FDA-approved treatment for SMA. I've always said that I'm excited for my future, and I hope you guys are excited for your future as well. We definitely have a lot to look forward to. Hey, I hope that all of you have had a fantastic week. Do me a favor this upcoming week, do something for yourself that's going to make you a better person. God bless you, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.